It's day 2 of our biggest exclusive from down south, India Today's Conclave South in Chennai, that's created and also sets the news agenda from AIADMK General Secretary Chennamma's first ever TV interview and public appearance, post her elevation to cine legend Kamal Hassan, take on Jallikattu that sparked off a debate. From chief ministers to actors who rule the hearts, the conclave has been a meeting ground of policy makers, best minds and thinkers, and dominating the news agenda through the day. Also right now, it was the first appearance of Sasikala Natarajan after Amma's demise yesterday. Speaking to India Today at the South's conclave, the AIADMK General Secretary spoke about Jayalalitha. She said if Amma was still around, she would have loved to be part of the conclave. She also added that Amma was a fan of the coverage of India Today. And she said many important social issues got the justice they deserved as a result of India Today's comprehensive coverage.
Welcome, Vanakkam. It's fantastic having you at the India Today South Conclave.
Okay.
And we're all excited and wanting to listen to what you have to say.
இந்தியா டுடே கான்க்ளேவ் வந்து முதல் முறையாக இங்கே தமிழ்நாட்டில் செஞ்சுருக்கீங்க. இது பிராந்திய மொழிகளில் வந்து இந்தியா டுடே எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஒவ்வொரு மாநிலத்திலும் வாசகர்களை அந்தந்த இப்போ தமிழ்நாடு என்றால் தமிழ்நாட்டு மொழியிலேயே உங்களுடைய பத்திரிகை வருவது ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி அளிக்கிறது. இந்த சேவை தொடர வேண்டும் என்பதே எங்களுடைய விருப்பம்.
It's also a moment for us to reflect and remember Madam Jayalalitha, whose memory everybody remembers very, very fondly as we start the India Today Conclave.
Yes. அவர் இந்த முறை இங்கே இருந்திருந்தால் நிச்சயம் அவர் கலந்து கொண்டிருப்பார். இந்தியா டுடே பத்திரிகை மேலே அவருக்கு மிகுந்த அன்பு உண்டு.
Shifting our focus now to India Today South Conclave, DMK Working President MK Stalin will speak at India Today Conclave South for the first time. After his anointment as Karunanidhi's heir, we have India Today's Rahul Kaval, who is joining us. So Rahul, yesterday it was Sasikala's first public appearance TV interview, which happened at India Today. MK Stalin now, and the new era of Tamil Nadu politics are unfolding as we speak at India Today Conclave.
Well, this is a big moment in Tamil Nadu politics also, because MK Stalin, the working president of the DMK, coming out for the first time and speaking today. We had Sasikala, the General Secretary, and O. Paneerselvam, the current Chief Minister, here at this venue. As you can see behind me, the audience has started trickling in. The hall already full as we get set for day 2 of the India Today Conclave in Chennai. I want to bring in now T.S. Sudhir, who's been with us over the past 24 hours. MK Stalin, everybody in the DMK, everybody in Tamil Nadu politics wanting to listen to what he has to say and the kind of questions he responds to. What's your plan, Sudhir?
Absolutely. In fact, it's quite interesting that both the Dravidian parties here in Tamil Nadu are actually reinventing themselves. We have the AIADMK in rather unfortunate circumstances having to elect Sasikala as their new party chief, and you have had MK Stalin taking over as a working president and in effect really the chief of the party. What are his plans for the future, especially for 2017? Because there's a lot of speculation going on in the state whether the DMK would want to upset the AIADMK's apple cart, force some kind of a midterm election. So what his plans are, whether he actually spells it out, those are going to be some of the nature of the questions that will be thrown at him.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, since the time he's taken over as working president, this is the first time that MK Stalin will be speaking. I haven't seen so much buzz and excitement around any conversation. Yesterday we had Sasikala, and after that O. Paneerselvam. They didn't take questions. Stalin will. And the big point really is, can this man put together an army that can unseat the AIADMK? That really is the critical question. Did they miss a trick by not tying up with Vijayakant's party right ahead of the previous elections in Tamil Nadu? What are his views and alliances? And also, where does he stand on issues like demonetization, issues like federalism, all the big issues? We haven't really heard from him, at least on national media platform.
Absolutely. Stalin's views on many of these issues aren't really known, but yes, the DMK does believe that a fractured opposition did help Jayalalitha and the AIDMK win the May 2016 elections, because remember, the People's Welfare Front took a good 6% of the vote, the PMK took another 6% of the vote, so in that sense, the DMK did miss that trick. At least Vijay Kant should have been part of the DMK-led alliance. That did not happen. But yes, today will be an opportunity to listen to Stalin's views on things outside of Tamil Nadu. So far, he has only been talking about his views on Jallikattu, on issues concerning Tamil Nadu. But he would also be wanted to be heard as someone whose views, what his views are on issues like demonetization.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sudhir. We hope to have a lot more on this big session with MK Stalin, and that's not all. We'll also have Venkaiah Naidu, the Union Information and Broadcasting Minister, with us in a short while from now, kickstarting day 2, followed by Chandrababu Naidu, the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, also the Chief Minister of Kerala, the Chief Minister of Puducherry will be here with us through the day today. So lots of very exciting sessions to look forward to. And remember, the India Today Conclave in Chennai is really and literally the talk of the town. Every single newspaper, every street corner, wherever you go, discussing the interviews, they're discussing who said what, they're discussing body language, very, very animated discussions around politics, and all of it happening around events that unfolded at the India Today Conclave on day 1. That was just the start. We have a lot more lined up all through the day today.
Absolutely, Rahul, and we are waiting eagerly also for the day 2 to start for yet another action-packed session. But when we talk about Stalin and Sasikala, and you have the ringside view of how it's all unfolding, there would be comparisons which will be evident because both of them are taking on different challenges. Now, Sasikala yesterday, as far as the headlines goes, on the dais that was shared with the OPS, it's a dual center is what the headline is coming from, which was on full display yesterday. For Stalin, what would be watched out for?
There's a big difference between the two. Sasikala has been in the shadows the past 3 decades, never really been groomed as a leader in her own right, always been by Jaya's side, and therefore it is in that sense tougher for her to emerge and take over the party by herself. On the other hand, you've got MK Stalin, heir to Karunanidhi, his son, who's been groomed over the past several years by the father, by the party, by the entire mechanism to be ready for this day. So this is something he's been building up to. It's not happened in a hurry. He's established a very strong connect with his cadre. He understands his party's organization structure. He knows people on the ground. And this is something that he's been building up towards. So a huge contrast, a far more confident Stalin, possibly. I mean, of course, we need to see how this session goes. But at least if you see the build-up, Sasikala more tentative at this juncture because she hasn't really been in the limelight. Stalin has been on the edge of the limelight. This is his opportunity in the center stage. Let's see what he makes of it.
All right, Rahul, thanks for joining us. We'll be watching out for all these sessions. 4 decades of experience that Stalin gets vis-a-vis Sasikala's elevation that we saw, the emotional Chinnamma remembering Amma, the India Today South Conclave, getting you all the latest action from Chennai. Good morning, you're watching India Today. I'm Devina Gupta. We are standing by for day 2 of the India Today South Conclave. Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu is set to kickstart the proceedings on day 2. And also waiting is DMK Working President MK Stalin, who will speak in the conclave for the first time after his anointment as Karunanidhi's heir. And comparisons will be obvious when Sasikala took to the stage yesterday. Emotional Chinnamma paying tribute to Amma, remembering Jayalalitha, her mentor, and speaking to India Today. First TV appearance after her elevation as the General Secretary of AIADMK, and now it's the DMK's turn. Working President of the DMK, Stalin, who's chosen heir of Karunanidhi, will be addressing the audience at India Today Conclave as well. My colleague Akshaya joining us on this entire conclave which has kick-started now. Akshaya, if you can give us more details of when is MK Stalin expected and what's the itinerary in store for today?
Well, the winner, MK Stalin, the working president of the DMK, will be coming in at around 12 o'clock. He's having a afternoon session here, and this will be the first public appearance that he'll be making after, talking about and getting into the position of the working president. And the winner, the other things that will line up today is like Venkaiah Naidu is coming, also Chandrababu Naidu. Those two just arrived right now. And also Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan will also be coming. And we have lined up a series of chats. Kiran Bedi, Leela Samson, Khushbu Sundar. Just like day 1, day 2 is also a star-studded event with a lot of people coming in, lot of exceptional speakers and people of prominence. The winner, it will be a huge event even today. Day 1 was a grand success with India Today setting the news agenda for most of the national and regional dailies. We saw that Kamal Hassan's statement on Jallikattu became a viral comment and has been doing really well. And right now the question is day 2 will be equally, and only expectations are how far will it go now?
Well, and what will be keenly watched out for will be, Akshaya, how MK Stalin makes his appearance, because at every point he'll be compared to Sasikala. So it's a Tamil Nadu new political era which is unfolding at India Today South Conclave. The first face-off between the two leadership of AIADMK and DMK for everyone to see back-to-back in just 24 hours. Well, Akshay, if you can hear me at the moment, is it changing dynamics of Tamil Nadu politics that will be on display? On one hand, you have Sasikala, who was emotional yesterday, and on the other side, you have MK Stalin, well entrenched with 4 decades of political experience. What can we expect today from MK Stalin? How will he take on Sasikala's appearance, which was yesterday at the conclave?
Well, Davina, there's a huge phase shift in Tamil Nadu politics. Both the prominent leaders, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi, have moved out, and now the new faces, which includes MK Stalin and Sasikala, have come into the picture, and they are the deciding factors. And right now at India Today Conclave, we saw Sasikala had given a first television interview, and we heard her speaking about how emotional she was, talking about Jayalalitha. And it's also seen that MK Stalin, the working president of DMK, will also be making his appearance today, and it will be a huge point of debate also, because he'll be talking about serious issues like what is currently happening here in Tamil Nadu politics, and looking at the scene where his father Karunanidhi is still the president, but being a working president, all the powers have been transferred to MK Stalin. So how does a new power scheme work, and how are people looking at him is also something that we'll have to watch out to, because though Stalin has 4 decades of political experience with him, it needs to be seen, will he be able to give a tough fight to Sasikala, who's emerging like a strong leader for the AIADMK right now. We have seen that all the senior cadres in the party have been supporting Sasikala, and she has been asked to become the next chief minister also. There have been demands being made, so we need to see how Stalin will be countering this demand, and how he is going to move forward as well.
And also the opposition and criticism, Akshay, which has come his way when he was anointed as a working president, of not being as charismatic leader as one would want to take over the AIADMK. But is AIADMK weaker or stronger under Sasikala Natarajan remains to be seen. Yesterday, of course, on the dais, you had the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister O. Selvam as well. Many of the media across India have said is the dual pass sent on full display, first time after Sasikala's elevation post Jaya's demise, all at India Today South Conclave. India Today's Rahul Kaval also had a chance to speak to Sasikala. Here's her exclusive interview.
Welcome, Wanakam. It's fantastic having you at the India Today South Conclave.
Okay.
And we're all excited and wanting to listen to what you have to say.
India Today Conclave வந்து முதல் முறையாக இங்கே தமிழ்நாட்டில் செஞ்சுருக்கீங்க. இந்த பிராந்திய மொழிகளில் வந்து இந்தியா டுடே எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஒவ்வொரு மாநிலத்திலும் வாசகர்களை அந்தந்த இப்போ தமிழ்நாடு என்றால் தமிழ்நாட்டு மொழியிலேயே உங்களுடைய பத்திரிகை வருவது, ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சி அளிக்கிறது. இந்த சேவை தொடர வேண்டும் என்பதே எங்களுடைய விருப்பம்.
It's also a moment for us to reflect and remember Madam Jaitley, whose memory everybody remembers very, very fondly as we start the India Today Conclave.
Yes. அவர் இந்த முறை இங்கே இருந்திருந்தால் நிச்சயம் அவர் கலந்து கொண்டிருப்பார். இந்தியா டுடே பத்திரிகை மேலே அவருக்கு மிகுந்த அன்பு உண்டு.
So big transition, big moment in Tamil politics, all unfolding at India Today Conclave. For 20 years, you had Jaya versus MGR, the two charismatic leaders who held the helm of Tamil Nadu politics. And as now the new generation takes over, almost one after the other, you had Sasikala yesterday getting teary-eyed at the mention of a mentor at India Today Conclave. Today, we are waiting the working president of the DMK, MK Stalin, to arrive at the conclave for a session at 12 noon. Akshaya, my colleague, continues to be with us. So, Akshaya, yesterday it was through and through an AIA-DMK show. But today, it will be the DMK. And the rivalry will be interesting to see how it is under the leadership of MK Stalin now.
Yes, Davina, it will be an interesting scene because we've seen what the AIADMK had to say. We saw Mafu Pandirajan talking here, O Paneerselvam was talking here, and all the prominent ADMK leaders, including Sasikala, had given a long interview. And Sasikala, in fact, spoke for the first time to a media house, and that was India Today. And it's and now it needs to be seen if MK Stalin too will have a similar things to say. And it is also important because the discussion that has been revolving around here, the DMK has always been criticizing how the AIADMK is having a setback on Jallikattu and have not been doing enough to get Jallikattu running. And today again the huge debate on Jallikattu will continue with MK Stalin coming here.
It's a political coup, nothing short of it, Akshay. It's a political coup to get both the leaders at the same conclave, and it's a political coup and nothing short of it post their elevation. Going right now across to India Today's conclave day 2, where senior journalist T.S. Sudhir will be in conversation with Union Minister Venkaiah Naidu in just a bit. So, Akshaya, as you're looking at MK Stalin as well coming in, you have the other leaders also will be joining in. You have Chief Minister of Karnataka, you have Chief Minister of Puducherry, and interestingly, there will be undercurrents of his fight with Kiran Bedi, the governor of Puducherry, over social media order, which will be watched out for as well as she makes way for another session towards the evening. You also have KCR, Chief Minister of Telangana, and Chandrababu Naidu, Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, who would be coming in and speaking at this session. So, Akshaya, the focus right now remains MK Stalin and how he is set to take his party and challenge AIADMK. But yesterday what we witnessed was also a dual pass center on display at the dais with Sasikala and O Paneerselvam. O Paneerselvam choosing not to interact much afterwards the session. But take us through what was observed. You were there at the ringside view. What was observed? How has it been different from the leadership under Jaya, what we're witnessing now?
Well, the godlike reverence that Jayalalitha had from all these political leaders, including Paneerselvam, was something similarly put forth for Sasikala as well. We saw that O Paneerselvam was bowing when Sasikala entered. He waited till Sasikala lit the lamp first, and then also when she was leaving, he addressed her during his speech, saying respect to Chinnamma, and the entire scenario was showing that how impressive the Sasikala has been to all these people. We're having Kerala's Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan coming in.